Hi guys, and welcome to another video. I'm Jared Walters, the Blind Gamer. So, are licensed games really as bad as everyone thinks? It's a matter of opinion basically, because we all like different things, but I thought I would embark myself upon a quest to play as many licensed games as I can, from different genres, on different platforms, and create a series of videos giving you my thoughts on some of these games. What are hidden gems that make you feel part of the source material, and what really needs to be condemned to the bargain basement. As I recently did a long play on the X-Files video game, I thought for the first part of this series I would focus on the PlayStation 1 platform and focus on games based on TV shows. So the first 3 videos in this series will be around the PlayStation 1, and there'll be about 10 games per piece, because there's quite a lot of games based on TV shows released on the PlayStation 1, and they vary in quality. I will include the original series, but also include things like TV movies and spin-offs that went direct to DVD that were based on the original material. Let me know what your favourites are in the comments below. This is Shared Love of Gaming, and this new series is called Adaptation. This is episode 1, PlayStation 1 games based on TV shows.
Let me see that, Velma. Seems like it's working again. There's a message in your inbox, Velma. I challenge you to play this game. You'll lose it every time. The phantom virus always wins. Success, it will be mine.
Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. Now this was based on a video movie release from 2001 that featured the original actors from the Hanna-Barbera Scooby-Doo franchise, basically. The game loosely follows the plot of the movie, and Scooby-Doo and the gang take on the Phantom virus through cyberspace, exploring different levels based in different time periods such as ancient Japan, Egypt, ancient Rome, the big city. It's a serviceable platform game in my opinion, and it basically plays a lot like Crash Bandicoot. The graphics are pretty good for the PlayStation. I do find, although this game is probably aimed at younger audiences, that the platform game can be quite difficult, and it can be a bit unforgiving with the controls on times, but it's an average sort of Crash Bandicoot clone. The sound design is really good, the graphics, as I said, are very, very decent, and if you can pick this one up on the cheap, or find a way to play it, probably be okay for a couple of hours. An average game at best though. The Panther, Pinkadelic Pursuit. Now I had great fun with this game. It's a traditional platformer with a unique style that looks like the cartoon, and it feels like I'm playing an episode of the Pink Panther. Now I used to love the Pink Panther cartoon. It used to be on Saturday nights. Now a lot of people remember Saturday morning cartoons. I actually have fond memories of Saturday evening cartoons after the football. I don't like football, and it was a welcome refreshing from watching, several hours of Saturday grandstand with Desmond Lynam. Basically, the plot of the game is Pink Panther has been left a house, and you have to find the treasure in the attic. And in order to get the attic, you have to have different keys, which you find from different levels. Each key is beyond a door, where each door is like an episode of the cartoon. Jump through the stages and steal the objects and get to the exit. There's some marvellous chase dynamics in this, great fun, authentic graphics, brilliant sound design and brilliant gameplay. Really, really worth checking out. Simpsons Wrestling. This ain't no SmackDown. This ain't even WWE Attitude. It's not even backyard wrestling. This is terrible, guys. I really want to find a redeeming feature for this game. I suppose the only thing I can say is the sound design. You get 20 playable characters and they're all voiced by their original counterparts.
Looty too! Look at me, I'm Scottish. I wear a dress and play the bagpipes.
Don't be daft. I'll bend you like a pretzel, you bobbling boaster.
After I win, I'll still respect you as much as I ever did, or ever will.
Wrestling is just an exciting and theatrical form of entertainment. No one really gets hurt, right?
I hate beating the crap out of you, kid. What have you done for me lately?
Everything will be hunky-dory.
But the moves, it's nothing more than button mashing. It just feels really clunky. The animations are not the best. They depict, different areas around Springfield, etc. But it doesn't make you feel part of The Simpsons at all. It feels like a cheap cash-in, to be honest with you. Being rated as possibly one of the worst PlayStation games of all time. There were better Simpsons games down the line, especially on the PlayStation 2, GameCube and Xbox, such as Road Rage and the awesome Hit and Run, which we'll cover later on down the series. I'd avoid this one, sadly.
1, 2, 3!
Eagle 1 to tower, 1033 in progress, en route to bank.
Roger, Eagle 1. Keep your eye out for Spiderman.
If Halloween Boy shows up, he's one dead bug.
New York City Police Department, C-76 at 1. Lay down your arms and prepare.
These guys are serious.
Spider-Man. So this is based on the Spider-Man comics, but it's voiced by the same people behind the Spider-Man TV series in 1994 and Spider-Man Unlimited. It's a unique action tale where Spidey has to clear his name after he is framed for stealing technology. It features several villains, such as Dr. Octopus, Venom. There's an amazing sort of sequence with Venom where you have to chase him and then fight him. Rhino, along with several other Marvel Universe favourites, such as Black Cat, Daredevil, Captain America, and the Human Torch.
The Venom Marathon continues on the biggest TV in New York. We're shouting out to the whole big rotten apple here, people.
Sad thing is, he'll probably get his own talk show for this.
The gameplay is varied, and I would say this game is probably one of the best superhero games on the PlayStation system, if not the best superhero game on the system. It is a bit on the easier side. It's a little bit sort of more forgiving than most, but it is definitely the sort of grandfather to the Spider-Man, Arkham, X-Men games that we see nowadays. I love this game. I bought it a couple of days before I had my PlayStation 2 and literally spent those couple of days playing the game until I completed it. It's got action sequences and set piece. It was made in the Tony Hawk engine, and it is really, really worth checking out in my opinion. A fantastic game.
Huh? What are they up to? Time to do that hero thing, Spidey. You won't get far with that Spidey tracer on him. Hey! Whoa! Web freak!
Spider-Man 2 and Electro. Now, this was a letdown, to be honest with you. I found it focused more on the ground combat. I felt like it was trying to make it so you could explore the entire city and have like more sort of open areas and that sort of thing, but these areas are really desolate. The combat is good, but sometimes the camera really gets in the way. There wasn't a great deal enough to keep me invested in the story to want me to continue playing past a certain point. The story continues from the first game. It's a heist that opens up in the opening movie. Beast serves as a welcome cameo to train us and refresh us on the controls.
Fascinating. Exercise caution at any rate.
Then we are chasing thugs across town. We have an encounter with Shocker. It gets to a point in the game it becomes really frustrating. You gotta like defuse bombs and things, and it's just, I played a couple of hours of it, and on the first game by that point I've been chased by police helicopters across town. I had been doing several different things. On this one I was still doing the same thing I was doing when I first started. If you are interested in the Spider-Man story and perhaps interacting with some of the lesser known villains of the Spider-Man universe, might be worth a playthrough I guess, but to be honest, this is probably half as good as the original. The original wins hands down.
I believe that's all the time we have for today. I think we made some real progress today, Shocker. I really do. Hey, when you get to prison, remember to share your feelings with the group, okay?
The graphics really good. The sound design is okay. The acting obviously is pretty good. What lets this game down is the camera and the lack of variety.
It's all mine!
Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. Now, I liked Batman Beyond. It was a good addition to the DC animated universe, and this spin-off movie, Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, was absolutely excellent. And this is a god-awful cheap cash-in. The combat is just riddled with bad hit detection. It's extremely short, repetitive. The sound design is god-awful. Just listen to this. Terry McGinnis' Batman deserves better than this, and so does the movie. Like, Batman Return of the Joker had some truly epic scenes, like the flashback scene when the Joker kidnaps Tim Drake's Robin and like turns him into a Joker. It's brutal, it's savage, it's Batman at its finest. It takes like little bits from like the Killing Joke and things like that, and this is just it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. Very, very loosely follows the plot of the movie with, you know, text cutscenes. It's not very good at all. The graphics, if you look at Batman and Robin on the Super Nintendo and Genesis, you know, it's got much better graphics than this. It's a one to give a miss, guys, unfortunately.
That scroungy little two-bit two-timer.
What about the kid?
Kill him.
No!
Batman Gotham City Racers. Right, what can I say about this is good? It has Batman animated series cutscenes. Now, I suck at driving games, especially old school driving games. I'm a bit better in the more modern generations, but oh my god. Your main enemy in this is the controls, because the Batmobile slides around like just like frying an egg. It's awful. The graphics are awful. The sound is awful. I played it for a couple of minutes and couldn't play anymore. It's terrible. Give it a miss. I'm going to be honest with you. This game does not deserve to be part of this video anymore, so I'm going to play out the rest of this segment with Batman and Robin on the Game Gear. A vastly inferior system, and a much better looking and a much better playing game.
Captain's log, stardate 54111.79. A force of Borg warships are currently passing through Klingon space, on course for Sector 001, Earth. The Federation is assembling a flotilla of warships, but we need to delay the Borg while we marshal our forces. Lieutenant Commander Worf will brief the elite of the Starfleet's pilots aboard the USS Typhon, a mobile outpost and carrier starship.
Star Trek Invasion. Now this is a very strange one, because I love Star Trek. I am a Trek nerd. Star Trek is like one of my favourite all-time franchises. And this reminded me a lot of Colony Wars. If you're looking for a decent, serviceable space shooter, this will definitely serve you. It has decent graphics, the sound design could be better, but it's engaging, it's fun. But it's not really Star Trek. It's Colony Wars with a Star Trek skin. It tries to create a storyline of Borg invasion of the Federation, but you're using this new ship that's like a modified runabout designed for the game, and the runabout can take out a Romulan warbird. Like, not even a Galaxy class ship can take out a Romulan warbird, if you know anything about Trek. Romulan warbirds are like the bee's knees. It was developed by the same team as Colony Wars 1 and 2. Again, if you're not too precious with the source material, you can have a lot of fun with this game, and I did have a lot of fun with this game.
Starfleet, you have violated the Treaty of Algeron with your deceitful attacks on our ships.
But there are also better space shooters out there, especially nowadays. You know, like the Star Wars Rebel Assault on the GameCube. Even them days, the X-Wing TIE Fighter games on the PC, or even Colony Wars on the PlayStation, is probably a better game than this. Serviceable, if you want to, you know, have a bit of Star Trek fun. The inclusion of Patrick Stewart and Michael Dorn is really, really cool. If you want to have a bit of Star Trek fun on the PlayStation, it's a bit of fun, but it's not really Star Trek. So I would say, yeah, medium. Give it a shot if you enjoy a bit of space shooting.
Man, I hate training time. Nervous, Agent J? Not me. Bring it on. I got the skills.
Definitely nervous.
Don't worry, Jay. If you fail the exam, you can always apply for a desk job.
Men in Black Crashdown. Now, I struggled with this game. The controls I found really sluggish. Now, I don't know if this is because of like early first-person controls on the PlayStation, but I just found it was a bit sluggish. I found it very difficult to sort of get to the levels and find out what I was doing and actually like take out some of the enemies, because I felt like the controls were not responsive and it wanted me to be responsive. I really wanted to like this game. If you can get your head around the old styles PlayStation first person shooter controls. Now, I played Doom and Dark Forces on the PlayStation, not a problem. This, yeah, to be honest though, I found the graphics are a bit clunky, the gameplay is slow, it's not very responsive, the sound design is okay. I couldn't really recommend this.
It looks like we got some uninvited guests.
NSA?
Or Jehovah's Witnesses. I need you to keep them busy for me long enough to meet Scully back at that facility, then you get away and meet us there.
Hold on. I was assigned to find you and Scully. I've done that. I'm out of here.
What kind of attitude is that? The game's not over yet. Don't you want to wait around for the payoff?
Finally, the X-Files. Now I'm going to include the X-Files in this video because I recently did a long play on it on the channel. The X-Files game on PlayStation, released in 1998, feels like an episode of the show where you follow Agent Craig Wilmore as he is enlisted by Assistant Director Walter Skinner to find Mulder and Scully, who have disappeared. He joins a local detective after a witness is killed and ends up getting involved in the conspiracy surrounding the black oil and the alien bounty hunter. This fits in very, very strongly with Season 3 and the arc around Season 3. The experiments on the train cars, so the episodes such as 731 as Piper Maru, and obviously the 3-part amazing Season 3 sort of opener, which was Anasazi, The Blessing Way, and Paperclip. I know, far too much X-Files. You interact with quite a few of the main characters, including Walter Skinner, Mr. X, Agent Pedro.
That sedan's been following us since we left the field office.
Who do you think it is?
Someone who's interested in what we're doing.
Are you certain?
Fairly. I mean, a more detailed analysis will confirm it, but I'm pretty sure that's Scully's blood. So at the very least, we know she's been injured.
If you're going to help Scully and Mulder, you're going to need something more than a gun. Men have died in order to possess this.
Cross-pollinization of the human race, intermingling human DNA with genetic material from EBEs.
Great, I don't believe this. Suddenly I'm Barbara Bain to you're Martin Landau.
You do see a little bit of the cigarette smoking man, but he's sadly underutilized, and I think he could have been utilized more. A really good game. I had a lot of fun with it over the course of about 6 or 7 hours. I felt the ending let it down a little bit. I think there's a twist at the end that didn't need to be there, could have been done better, but I think it's because they were looking at doing a sequel, and that sequel never got made. But yeah, a fantastic game, one of the best full motion video games out there. If you really want to check out, a point and click full motion video adventure, this will keep you going, and it makes you feel like you're experiencing something of the X-Files that wasn't broadcast on TV. So that's the first 10 games, guys. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What games did you play and you enjoyed? Do you have a different opinion to me? And in the next video, we will be checking out 10 or 11 more games from the PlayStation based on TV shows. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you very much. You take care of yourselves now. Peace out.